What are we building? Well, it is a definitely not summer anymore, but that's okay because that means we get more time in the garage. My name's Rob and you're watching Rad Projects. In this build series, we are doing something that I have not revealed yet, and I plan not to do so for quite some time. I'm hoping that you can start to prepare a mental image of what we're working towards. If you think you know what we're doing, put it down in the comments and we'll see how close people get. So it's hard to describe something without straight up telling you what it is. So I will give you an idea of what this component is. However, I will not reveal where or how it will be used in the mystery project. What we have in front of us is something that I actually built 4 years ago. So this is not new. I have none of the footage that actually went into this build. And so what we see here is just going to be as it is. And you can imagine that the process to make some of these parts is pretty straightforward. We have some pieces of billet aluminum that have been machined. In particular, these pieces have been machined to accept these bearings. So a nice pocket that has been machined in there. And I've also drilled out these holes into this block. The way this works is this bearing will actually fit into that pocket, followed by a seal. This seal would be something that you would see typically on like an engine. It's used to stop water or oil moving from one area to the other. In addition to that, when I built these, you could notice that there are a couple of these markings on here. These are index that I put on to be able to identify exactly how these parts are supposed to go together. So this steel piece of 1/4-inch plate has been drilled, and even the holes in the corners have been drilled and tapped. And so, as you can see, based on those alignment marks, these are intended to be bolted together. So what I've built actually has 2 of those bearing and seal assemblies. There's another entire set that goes on the other side here. When they all go together, they are going to form a block like this. Bearing, a seal on the inside, a seal on the inside, and a bearing. The piece here that we haven't discussed yet is this piece of pipe. One of the most notable features on this piece of pipe is it is a piece of 1.25" schedule 40 pipe. It has been turned down from its outside diameter to provide clearance for a bearing to fit across or over that piece of pipe like that. And it has the ability to slide all the way down to this shoulder ring that I have machined and then heat fitted onto here. Now, the interesting or unique feature about this shoulder is it is designed to accept the inner diameter of this oil seal. So when we start to put these pieces together, our seal, our bearing, onto this piece of Schedule 40 that has been machined, we can then take our machined aluminum block, which slides straight over top. With our seal and bearing in place in this piece of aluminum, our metal or steel plate goes over top. This whole assembly slides through this piece of 4-inch square tubing, and at the other end, it goes through the other bearing. Basically, we have a complete shaft assembly with a bearing, a seal, and a bearing. It can rotate freely within that space. What are we building? Well, it is a So that's what we are building today. Now, even though I've given you a hint on what this is, that does not tell you what we are going to be using it for. That is yet to be revealed. We know what this is. What do we need to do with it? Well, it's not done. It needs a couple more things to be taken care of before we can actually get this assembled and move on to the next step of the mystery build. So the first thing, this shaft has some play in it. Has about 115 thou of play, and so basically what we need to do is take this block and cut off 115 thou. That will give us no play, no lash anymore, and then we can move on to the next step. We need to get some type of port to be able to use it to move fluid or air, whatever it is we're going to be using it for, through. So we're going to have to drill a hole in here, and we're going to weld in one of these threaded NPT bungs. So from here on out, I'm going to just let the time lapse roll, and we will come back once we're done with this and do a quick recap. Well, as you can see, we've got the body of this painted up. One of the last steps I ended up doing is just drilling a hole and tapping it with a 1/4-inch NPT so that I can screw in a pressure gauge into there, just so I can make sure that I'm not going to exceed what the seals and the rest of the setup are for. So that is pretty much ready to go. We're going to move on to what will be the sleeve tube that actually runs through the center. We'll get that finished up right away. When I first machined this, I left a lot of excess. So what we're going to do is cut this down now so that we have the working distance we need, and then move on to the next part of getting this ready to go into the body. Our hole is drilled through. We have two of these. This is 11/16. Why I used 11/16? Well, it's one of the sharper, less used bits in my repertoire. And so what I did is I drilled out that inner hole, and then I removed the piece of DOM. And I drilled the sleeve pipe bigger so that eventually, once I get this all done, I'd weld around the outside here. But I can also just gently lay a little bit of weld around the inside there to lock this central piece together and yeah, make this whole assembly a little bit more robust. This is the drive shaft for the, and it's pretty much ready to go, like I said. So not a lot else to do here. We just got to get some threads cut in this. Let's take the body here. We're going to mock this whole thing up and we'll get a little bit of a better picture of what's going on. So here is the final assembly. It's, like I said, it's not complete because we have a little bit of welding to do around these shafts here and to cut some threads. But once that's done, it will be ready for final assembly. But overall, as you can see, it's supported nicely. We have no lash in that inner sleeve there, so that works out great. And you can see inside there, that is how we get a medium like water or air introduced into the body, and then it can flow in through that hole in the middle. The seals at each end keep all of the goodness locked inside of the body itself, and then it is able to run out the end of here. Like I mentioned, NPT threads on the end here that will connect up to something else that I'm not going to reveal yet. Fabrication is more or less complete at this point. I don't have anything else that I need to do as far as machining or welding onto the body. We need to cut the threads on that end there, weld that central tube in, and this will be pretty much ready to go. I will mention that, so after I've welded, and I failed to get the video of me welding, it's just a piece of 1-inch round bar that's welded into the inside of the DOM, and then I just had that in the lathe, and I just used an end mill to cut a keyway in the end there so that the keyway just slides in, locks that Lovejoy coupling in place, and that's pretty much all there is. So this is the final unit. It's looking pretty good. It does require final assembly still, but like I said, no more fabrication, basically just put it together. And so I hope you found this part of this build series interesting. It's still a mystery, but if you do have an idea, please go ahead, put it in the comments below. We'll see if anybody can get as close as possible to what I'm doing. Should get a little easier once I get further along in the build. Anyway, thanks for checking this video out. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.